What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Chapter 6 Season 2 Lawless cinematic gameplay trailer that Fortnite dropped on YouTube this morning. So the way this is going to work is, first I'm going to play the trailer in its entirety at normal speed without any commentary, and then when it's over we're going to go back and slow it down a little bit and kind of frame by frame go through some of the changes that are coming in the new season that are highlighted in the trailer. But before we get into that, please drop a like on the video. It really helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're into the content and want to see more, and leave a comment below with what you're most excited about with the new season. All right, now let's get into it. All right, so a lot to unpack here. Let's go ahead and slow it down, say 0.75 speed. I think that'll be fine. So super cool trailer, really into it. Love the kind of like 80s, early 90s, hip hop music video kind of vibe. Also, big shout out Danny Brown here. Epic is, quite frankly, epic with their collaborations and partnerships. So love to see Danny Brown taking on the role of Big Dill in the music video here. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit so that the slow speed isn't super annoying. But first thing to pick up on here is this pan shot, which it looks like this may be the area where the live event from just a few days ago took place, just with some changes. The snow's gone away. It looks like maybe an autumn time of year with all these changing tree colors and all that. So we get the Lawless title right here. And then an explosion at a bank. So this is a brand new POI. I think this is going to be replacing Warrior's Watch. And it looks like this is going to be one of the heistable POIs with a bank. And as you see, we've got Big Dill flying out here. He's got his balaclava on. And one of these loot satchels, which I think are going to play a large role in the game this season. It looks like he's also got maybe a new AR or SMG. It looks like he's captured the vault, grabbed a loot bag, and made his escape already. Boom. Ouch. Taken out by what we're going to talk about in just a second, which is the new armored vehicles. Really quick, we have a look at the new POI. I think this is kind of like one of those, like I said, it was going to replace Warrior's Watch, I think. And it's kind of like a grungy, seedy sort of downtown sort of vibe here. We've got a bunch of trash in the streets and a bunch of graffiti and neon lights. So this looks like it's going to be an interesting new POI. More of this this rad music video stuff going on here. Here's the front grille of the new armored vehicles in the game. this skin knocks out Big Dill, and then grabs that loot satchel, dragging it inside. It looks like they might play a large role in how you get those loot satchels from one area to another. Really quickly here, we just get a brief look at the sticky grenade launcher, which is going to be returning. Big spam item, but also fun and might be really useful when trying to take out those armored vehicles. As you see here, we're at Foxy Floodgates. This skin takes out the armored vehicle, grabs that loot satchel, and takes off, but it gets snatched from them by another on a motorcycle. Another look at this POI. I really think that this is going to be a cool POI. You see a car here, maybe a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something like that, probably a new collab. But all this graffiti, all these neon lights, I think this is going to be a really dope spot. Maybe that's also down here at like an elevated train, like at Seaport City. Okay, and now we have that thermite, or I should say meltonite, I think is what they're calling it, which is like their take on thermite, attached to a loot llama, which means that loot llamas are coming back. I've been playing this game since Chapter 1, Season 2, so loot llamas have a place in my heart. I'm excited to see them return. Satchel's dropped again, picked up by another look at the POI. This is where it gets interesting for me, because this is where they start kind of using that over-the-shoulder gameplay-like look. This is a cinematic trailer, which means that none of this is actually gameplay. They just kind of frame it that way so that you get a feel for how the game might play out. But this is our first look at one of the new POIs, which is going to be a gold mine. I'm really excited for this one because it gives me Shifty Shafts vibes, just like more modern Shifty Shafts vibes. So it looks like there's going to be an entrance, then you have this rail that takes you down deeper, which also reveals this area, which is also almost like they might be blending the mines with the underground from Chapter 4, I believe it was. Or was it Chapter 5? This is kind of a blend of the underground area as well as sort of mine situations. Down here, it looks like you're going to be able to find these new weapon boards, which should be highlighted with these lights here. The color of the rarity of the weapon. So 2 things to take from this are these 2 items right here. This is good news for me. The Sentinel pump is currently my favorite pump in the game, and it looks like it's going to be back for this season. Over here, we have a hard time getting a look at it, but on the left, it looks like there's also a new dual wielding item. I'm excited for this as well because it looks like there's going to be a Uzi style SMG that you can carry in your left hand, as well as maybe a sawed-off shotgun that you can carry in your right hand. We'll see some gameplay of that here in just a second that kind of shows off that mechanic. So here we have a look at the Sentinel pump coming back here. There's also this mammoth pistol right here, purple. Some blue weapons here. Looks like a purple weapon there. I don't know what this is, this holographic thing right behind that weapon board, but it may be some sort of map thing that kind of gives you some insight as to what's going on the map. No idea yet. We will find out in just a few days. And back out on the street. Another look at this POI. It looks like maybe nighttime here. This is a cool kind of fork in the road here. We have an armored vehicle, bullet trace. But here's our first look at that dual wielding item. Pulls these out. Boom. There you go. That's nice and clear. So that's like a sawed-off shotgun as well as an SMG right there. The thing that also gives this away, if it's not super clear to you, is you have your ammo bars right here. So clearly there's 4 shots in this shotgun, and then 20 or so rounds in the SMG. I think this is going to be really fun. You'll probably have like left trigger to fire SMG, right trigger to fire the shotgun. I think it's going to be a fun way of mixing up how those 2 items kind of play. A little quick edit. movement to builds. This is an item that I haven't heard anything about in leaks or anything like that. I think this is going to be some sort of maybe Meltonite beam or something like that, because we'll see a little bit more of it later on when we focus on vaults. Boom. More Meltonite. And okay, so new Midas skin, but he's got a weapon here that we haven't seen anything about before. I've got a couple theories on this. So I think this weapon is going to be too large to be a shotgun. This may actually be the weapon that had been teased, I think a year or two ago, as like some sort of fire shotgun or fire like flamethrower or something like that. I don't think that that's exactly what it is, but it may be something like that, or even a Meltonite launcher, because we see here this sort of zoom out from the explosion of the Meltonite. Boom. And it's like, oh yeah, let's do more melting. Now we get our look at the Sub-Zero skin and his mythic. So it looks like there's going to be some sort of dash slide as well as a melee weapon. This is bad news for me because I am not fond of melee weapons in this game. They tend to be really, really spammy and really annoying to play against. But who knows? Maybe Epic balances things this season and it's not that bad. All right, so we got our first look at the new train. The train for the last few seasons has been a great place to get some good loot, but I think they've completely reworked it this season. You can see that we have some turrets up here at the top. That might mean that you, and if you squat up, might need to hold the train down for a little bit longer in order to claim the loot. That loot also looks to be hidden within an armored car. So we'll see here in a second what we might need to do to get into that. You can see right here that there's a hole in the top of that. It looks like it's been blown out. You may need to use that Meltonite in order to get into it. But then we get a closer look at our weapons here. So this is our new AR SMG perhaps. It looks like it's going to be a third-person bloom-based weapon, which is fine, rather than a scoped recoil-based weapon. New sniper, love to see it. I'm a big fan of the more recent snipers in the game, such as the Reaper. Great weapon. This one looks like it has a dual step scope. Boom and boom. So you see there's 2 steps to that. We get another look at that Meltonite here. We also see 2 other items here. There's that same, what I'm going to guess is like a Meltonite beam that you can use to cut through the door. But then also this drill item here, which seems to be like a very similar item to the battering ram, but just reskinned. Maybe a combination of the battering ram and the ripsaw, but we will see. Now we get our first look inside the vault. I think this is kind of interesting. We'll obviously have some standard chests, maybe some epic chests, but not only do we get that loot, we'll also be getting a couple of medallions, at least 2 medallions, it looks like, which means that maybe access to those additional perks won't be quite so hot. So that could kind of balance things a little bit better. Additionally, we have bars of gold here. Gold has only really been used in the game for buying weapons, upgrading weapons, ammo, hiring NPCs, that sort of stuff. But with those loot satchels that we saw earlier, it may be the case that when you break into a vault, you have to load one of those satchels up with the gold bars and then securely take it to a POI or an NPC that will give you either a medallion or additional loot. Now we have that rat skin holding, I think what it's going to be, not a pickaxe, but another melee item. Just looks like a maybe electric bat or charge bat, something like that. Here's a better look at that, the mine entrance POI. We see Alpha Mining Company over here. That looks like the rail that maybe we took that was showcased earlier. And here we have a couple of skins. think those are new skins. Probably trying to take on this guy for that loot satchel. And you see here that both of these guys are carrying those bats, just not charged up. They obviously snagged that satchel from the rat guy, and they clearly have taken it to this new POI. And then obviously they're taking it in here to what looks like maybe our tier 100 skin, dropping it off, and he's pleased. But then we get the splash screen here where it says Battle Royale Chapter 6 Season 2, Lawless, Deal With It, 2/21/25. So I believe this is going to be launching Friday morning, the 21st. The current season will end on Thursday the 20th, probably 11 p.m. local time, and then launch sometime in the morning on Friday the 21st. I'm really looking forward to this, and I will be playing the new season as soon as I can. So keep an eye out on the channel for my live stream. I should be streaming that at very least Friday night, but I will update my stream schedule to accommodate for that once I figure out some other scheduling things. But that's it. Now, I want to hear from you. What are you most excited about with this new season? Is it the new weapons, new skins, new POIs? Personally, I'm really looking forward to the new POIs, as well as figuring out whether or not this Sub-Zero mythic is going to be super spammy. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave that comment down below, letting me know what your thoughts are, and I will see you in the very next video. Thanks.